Hello everyone, Lara from Complete Test Success here, and today we're looking at IELTS Writing Task 2. So the idea here is I will share a question with you. I'll get you to write the various parts of the essay, and together we will construct an essay. So, I'll take some of your ideas, take some of your development, some of your examples, and put them all together on a page. So together we will write a Task 2 essay for IELTS. So that's the plan for today. Hello to all of you who are joining me. Where are you all at the moment? Where is everybody? And just while we're waiting for a few people to get in here, let me share my live feedback lessons with you guys. So most of you probably are aware of this already, but I have free live feedback lessons on Zoom every week. Just click on the link there. It's in the video description or in the comment here, and you can sign up. Hi, Harry. Good to see you here. I'm doing good, thank you. Shaima from Egypt, lovely. Good to have you here. John Snow from India, lovely. Hi, Irina. Good to see you here. Okay, so let's look at this question. So the first thing I want you to do is to write the paraphrase. So let me just share the question with you here now. Okay, so this is the question that we're looking at today. And for now, I just want you to write the paraphrase. So what you're doing is you're taking the original question statement here and you're rewriting it in your own words. A lot of people find it difficult to write the paraphrase because for some reason they feel that they need to change every word, and that is simply not the case. You change the words you can change, you copy the words that you need to copy. So it would be completely normal to copy some of the words from the question. If you copy the full question, if you just copy this word for word into your essay, but that's not a good idea. You do need to change something, but you don't need to change every single word. So, make sure that your paraphrase has the same meaning and that your paraphrase is easy to understand. Prince Bob's from Ghana, lovely. Good to have you here. Good to have you here, Prince. Okay, so I'm just going to stay quiet for now and give you all a chance to write the paraphrase. Once you've written your paraphrase, share it with me in the comments, and I will have some feedback for you on any mistakes that you're making and anything you can do to improve your score. Hi, Romalia. Good to see you here again. Hi, Ahmad. Deep from India. Lovely. Good to have you here. Domenico. Good to have you back. Okay, guys. So like I said, some of you are arriving late. So what we're doing at the moment, we're just paraphrasing the question statement. So paraphrase it, share it with me in the comments, and I'll have feedback for you. Okay, so we have the first comment in from Rena. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy Rena's answer into our document that I have on screen, and I'll just tidy up any mistakes. If you're not finished your paraphrase, please continue, and I will have some feedback for you once you share it. Okay, for some people, it is important that products should be durable and long-lasting, while for some, so normally when we have some and we just want to show that there's a difference between the some, like, that there's two groups of people, so it'll always be some and others. If the question says others, we can usually just go with other people. So, if the question says some, we can say some people. If the question says others, we can say other people. So normally just stick with that. It's a pretty common convention. Prefer the price. So it wouldn't be the price, but a low, and then just the spelling of price is with a C. For a low price over quality. And we don't even need that. Just prefer a low price, because prefer means prefer it more than the thing we just discussed. Okay, so that's perfect. So that's the first part of the essay done. So the next thing then is to consider what main ideas can we use. So what I like to do with these question types, discuss both views. So discuss the first view. I like to have a main idea to support that. Discuss the second view. I want a main idea to discuss that. And we have to give our own opinion. So I'd like to have an idea for that. So basically, I like to have three main ideas. So just share what main ideas you think we should use for this question. If you're not finished your paraphrase, please continue. But the next part of our lesson is to focus on the main ideas. As always, your main ideas need to be relevant and specific. So we need three relevant and specific ideas. Okay, John Snow. It is often argued that products should be made in such a way that they stay durable. Well, we would just say they are durable. Whereas, so when we say it is often argued, it doesn't sound like you're going to give me two views. So when we say, it is often argued by some, and then whereas other people, so it gives us a clear idea that there are two views. So just say it is often argued by some, and then after whereas, you would go, whereas other people believe that they should be less costly. Yeah, good. Shemaya, although some people believe that goods should be used for a long time, others see it should be cheap. So when you talk about the goods should be used for a long time, you're talking about the people who buy the products. But the question is talking about the people who make the products. So you're actually, after shifting the focus in the first part of your sentence, you've shifted the focus away from the people producing to the people using. Rena, I saw that already, no problem. Romalia, there is a debate about whether products should prioritize. So the products wouldn't prioritize. To prioritize is an active thing. So it would be the people who make the products. They would be the ones who prioritize it. So it should be perhaps like manufacturers. There is a debate about whether manufacturers should prioritize durability and longevity, or affordability and cost effectiveness. I would, yes, actually very good. But I would just choose one. I wouldn't say durability and longevity. Just choose one. And then with affordability and cost effectiveness, again, go with 1. Later in the essay, we will need synonyms and you can use them later. But right now, when you say durability and longevity, is that 2 ideas or is that 1 idea? And if it's 1 idea, then why do we need to repeat it? And if it's 2 ideas, then, well, we have too many. So either way, I would say it's better just, try not to have the word "and" in the middle of a main idea. But besides that, this is a very strong answer. Very strong paraphrase. Whether the product should be durable or they should be cheap is argued. Not really. You're not really describing what the question says. No. So you're going to have to show that it's 2 groups of people that have different opinions. That's important. Domenico, I'm still quite groggy. I need to become conscious, but I'll try my best to come up with ideas. Lovely. Otherwise, I'll do it later and start coming to my senses. That's absolutely fine, Domenico. So just as good as you can. We can't expect more than that. Ramalia, there is a debate about whether products manufacturers should prioritize durability. Okay, so we saw that already. Jatinder, certain individuals ascertain that consumer goods must be created with good durability. However, others believe that products should be inexpensive. So punctuation, you need to have a capital C in the first word. Certain should be a big C. Before, however, we need a semicolon, not a comma. And at the end of the sentence, you said should be inexpensive, and you have a space before the full stop. There should be no space before the full stop. So you're making quite a few mistakes with punctuation, Jatinder. So that would be a good area for you to work on. Oh, you corrected yourself. I didn't spot that. Yes, very good. Yeah. So that's what we mentioned already. Okay, good. B-Winkle, products should be long-lasting in order to save money in so the phrase is in the long run. So not a long run, but in the long run. However, that is too informal for the IELTS test. So that's a great phrase for your speaking, but you must use formal vocab in the IELTS test. So that is, the idea is correct, but the language isn't appropriate. Second idea, it should be cheaper so that the majority of people can afford them. Good. My opinion is that they should be long-lasting so that the amount of debris would be reduced. Okay, great. All good ideas. So let me just jump into Facebook and find that comment. Just a moment now. And we'll add that to our paragraph here. Okay. Products should be long-lasting in order to save money in the long run. To save money. Save money, I think, on the long term. Save, give me a moment now. I'm struggling with this one. How can I put that together now in a way that sounds easy to understand? Because the thing is, well, like what we're always aiming for is that the reader can easily understand what we're talking about, and I'm just struggling. And like Domenico, now my brain isn't operating at a full capacity right now. Products should be long lasting in order to save money in the long term. Okay. Whereas they should be cheaper so that the majority of people can afford them. My opinion is that they should be long-lasting so that the amount of rubbish we create is reduced. Okay, lovely. Okay, great. Good job, Winkle. So all those ideas are appropriate. So that's our introduction complete. So what I'd like to do then is I'd like to write one paragraph about saving money, one paragraph about more people can afford them, and one paragraph about reducing the amount of rubbish we create. Okay, so body paragraph 1 is going to be about this. Body paragraph 1 is going to be about this, and it's going to be about 70 words long. So because we have 3 body paragraphs, each paragraph will be about 70 words long or so. So that brings us to our next task. How can we develop this idea? Now, maybe you had other ideas, and I know we have a few ideas on screen, but specifically, we want to talk about how we can save money in the long term when we have more durable products. Okay, so let's look at the other comments we have here. Mamadul. Some people believe that products should be long lasting. On the other hand, others think that they should be cost effective. Perfect. Simple, to the point. You're really just getting the job done. Very good. Yep, good. Good job. Romalia, durability. Some believe they should be designed and manufactured as long as possible. So that doesn't give us the reason. That's the belief, that's the view from the question. But what we need is, why do people think that? Why do people believe that that should be what we do? So this isn't appropriate. This isn't an appropriate main idea because you've just repeated the view from the question. So that's not what will get you a good score. Life with Sarab. It is argued between some people that products should last long, or products prices should be cheap. It's better if you just separate it clearly into 2 views. Like talk about the first group, talk about the second group. So the way you see it in the question, the way you see it in the paraphrase on screen, I would go with kind of separating it by describing what each view is instead of trying to condense it into what they're arguing about. It would be clearer. Cost effectiveness. Others argue that products manufacturers should prioritize cost effectiveness, even if it means sacrificing some durability. So again, you're just repeating the view. Maybe that's what, I'm not sure why you're writing this. This wouldn't be a paraphrase because you're only including one. It wouldn't be a main idea because you're only repeating the view. So the main idea has to be, why do people believe this? So obviously, if they argue that this is the correct thing to do, they believe it's correct. So why do they believe they're correct? What reason do they have for thinking what they think? And that's what we need. There's a disagreement between these 2 perspectives on the ideal priorities for product design and manufacturing. So again, there's nowhere in the essay that this sentence would be required because you're not really doing anything necessary. So pretty much every sentence we write in the essay has a purpose. So we paraphrase the question. The purpose is to tell the reader what the essay is about. We say what our main ideas are. We do this to tell the reader what they're about to read, what they're expecting to, the ideas they're expecting to see developed in the body paragraphs. So, you know, we're doing it. There is a purpose for each sentence, but with these three that you've just sent me here, Ramalia, there is nowhere in the essay that we need these. Shaima, advantages of making goods are expensive. Disadvantages of producing cheap products. Disadvantages of expensive goods. No. So it's not the advantages of making goods that are expensive. It's making advantages of making goods that are durable. And they're going to be more expensive, but it's not that we're trying to make expensive goods. It's that we're trying to make durable goods. And based on this, it does sound like they're going to be more expensive, but it's not that we're trying to make expensive goods. It's that we're trying to make durable goods. Number two, disadvantages of producing cheap goods. No. So when you discuss both views, you're not discussing why you think the first group are right and why you think the second group are wrong. That's not discussing both views. To discuss both views, you need to say, why do the first group think they're correct? So it'll be the advantages of durable products. And then why do the second group of people think that they're correct? So that will be the advantages of cheap products. So we won't be discussing necessarily the disadvantages of cheap products as much as we'll be discussing why durable is good, why cheap is good. So we need to say why each group of people, like the two views in the question up here, we need to say, why do they think they're correct? And it looks like you're not going to be doing that with what you've written here. And then the disadvantage of expensive goods, that's fine as your opinion. You can say, you know, why expensive goods aren't good. That's fine. That would be okay as your opinion. I hear you loud and clear there, Domenico, for sure. Deep items should be made to last as long as possible is considered by a few individuals. However, rest of people think that products ought to be made on less price for a cheaper price. So at the moment, you're not really constructing sentences with a lot of accuracy here, Deep. So items should be made to last as long as possible. So you got a spelling mistake there, L-A-S-T, not L-A-T. So it should be items being made to last as long as possible is considered to be the best thing to do by some individuals, and individuals need to be pluralized. However, the rest of the people believe, and it's not the rest of the people, there might be some people who have no opinion. So it's not necessarily the rest of the people, it's just other people. So made, and then on less price isn't a phrase. So overall, we can just see with your grammar and your vocabulary, there's quite a bit of work that you need to do here, Deep. So just kind of, as well as preparing for the IELTS test, make sure that you're studying vocab and you're studying grammar, and you know, you're giving yourself an opportunity to improve and to improve these areas. Okay, Harry. Sir, when your offline free class will start? I have a lesson tomorrow, Harry. It's at 9 o'clock my time, so that's 53 minutes. Like where I am now is 9:53. So whatever time it was 53 minutes ago in your country, that's when the lesson will start tomorrow. Mamadul, products should be long lasting as it helps people to save money and time. Just go with one. Both are correct. Helps people to save money, fine. Helps people to save time, fine. But we just need one. Or what you could do is you could take one of those to support the view and the second one to support your own opinion later on, because we do need to go with we do need to support one view with an extra idea. So you can still use both of those ideas, but just organize them in the way we have here, where there's one idea to support the view and then another idea to support our opinion. So that would be a better organization. Prajwal. It is often argued by some people, not a few people. A few people is just like, 10, but some people is, we don't know the number. We just know that, there is a group of people. So it's a different meaning. That consumer goods should be manufactured with durability. Good. Should be durable, really. Consumer goods should be durable. Not manufactured with durability isn't natural. Very easy to understand, but not naturally. It's not a natural collocation. Whereas others would have to be plural. Whereas others believe that products, again, should be plural, should be made cheaper as possible. No, just as cheap as possible. Those are different structures. So as cheap as possible, or should be made cheaper. But you're mixing the two structures. Shaima, durable products save money because we do not need to purchase them again and again and allocate that money to buy other needs. Okay. Now, we don't want to say what we'll do with the money. This is a very common thing. Like, what we do with the money we save isn't important. So you use it to buy other needs. You might use it to spend. You might spend it on nothing. You might leave it in the bank. You might save it. So what somebody does with the money that they save isn't relevant to the way that products are purchased, the way the products are produced, the way the products are manufactured. So if you start talking about how they're spending the money, you're not talking about the view. So it should be completely focused on how are durable products saving us money in the long term. So yeah, absolutely, we don't need to purchase them again and again. But why do we not need to purchase them again and again? So make it clearer. Like, more durable products will last for a longer time compared to cheaper products, which will eventually break and need to be replaced. By the time you replace these products, so like that, down that line, explaining how are we saving money, completely focus on how we're saving money, and the side of what the money is spent on later on, that's not relevant. Products should be durable as it can save people's money. If customers start to buy some things in a short period of time, then it can cost them a lot of extra money. So start to buy some things that only last for a short period of time. Yep, good. Obviously, this isn't long enough, but you're definitely on the right track with that. Actually, I can see the rest of yours. So let me jump in. Let's take this here. So this is the first comment that Mamadul has, and then there's another one with an example. So let's add these together, and we'll put this together into a paragraph. Okay. Products should be durable, as when we're not talking about it as in the products, but this as in the situation, can save people money. Okay, so there's our topic sentence. Now we need to develop it. Customers start to buy. No. If customers buy things that are cheap but need to be replaced after a short period of time, then the overall cost will be a lot higher than purchasing a more expensive product, let me go back, than initially purchasing a more expensive product that will last for a long time. Okay. For example, people buy iPhones not because they are expensive, but because they have great quality and durability. Now, what you're not talking about here is people saving money. So the whole point of our paragraph was we wanted to say how people are saving. People are going to save money if they buy more expensive, if they buy more durable products. But here you haven't talked about them. You're saying they buy them because they're great quality and durability, but are they saving money because of this? So what you want to do is you want to talk about the difference between, maybe people who buy Android phones need to replace their phones more often and therefore they save more money. So right now you haven't done that. So that example isn't suitable. So we'll just stick with your explanation right there. I actually have a video. I'm posting a video on Thursday. I believe it's Thursday, about examples and these types of problems. So check out on YouTube and Facebook. I'll have a video going up on Thursday or Friday, and it's all about the types of mistakes that people make with examples, and these basically exactly what you've done. I talk about that as well as a bunch of other typical mistakes that students make with examples. Okay, Ramalia, high quality products with longer lifespans will ultimately cost less time because they will not need to be replaced as frequently. Very well written. Obviously, the capital H is important there to begin with, but that's very well written. Investing in durable products reduces waste and helps to minimize the environmental impact of manufacturing and disposing of multiple products over time. No. Yes and no. No, not here, not in this paragraph. Because we're going to talk about that in body paragraph 3 when we're discussing our opinion. So we're not going to start talking about reducing waste in this paragraph. So it doesn't belong here. So it's not that your sentence is bad. It's just that it's not appropriate for the paragraph we're writing. So right now, the issue with our paragraph, we needed to remove Mamadul's example. So at the moment, we only have 51 words. So we do need extra. We need more for this paragraph because it's too short at the moment. And we're not going to get a high score. Like we could potentially get a band 7 for task achievement with this paragraph. But we have enough time to extend it. We should include something else relevant, and we should make sure that we can get a band 8 for task achievement. It's not more work. Like getting a band 8 isn't more work. Sorry, excuse me, getting a band 8 in task achievement isn't more work than getting a band 7. And normally a student who gets a band 8 will have written the same length of an essay as a student who gets band 7. But the difference will be, like Mamadul's example, that it wasn't discussing the main idea. You said you want to talk about saving money, but suddenly you've got nothing to do with saving money in your example. So you're not discussing your main idea, and with that, you're not improving your task achievement score. Body paragraph 1, to start with, items with long durability. We just say durable items. To start with, durable items will reduce the desire of same products, will reduce the desire of purchasing the same products again. So it's not really the desire. I mean, it can be. Let's see what you say. Which ultimately leads to saving money in the long term. I mean, the fact that they're durable means that they're not going to break as easily. So the whole thing, it's not really about a desire to buy more stuff. It's more a necessity to buy more stuff. Like if you buy, I don't know, some kitchen equipment, like you buy a blender and it's really cheap quality, well, then it's going to break and you need a new one. But if you buy an expensive one, then it will last for longer and you don't need to buy one. So it's not really that, you have a blender, it's still working, and just suddenly you have this feeling like you'd love a new one. It's not a desire. So the word desires isn't appropriate there. Hi, Ibrahim. welcome. Jatinder, I missed that now. Long period of time. Yep. Prajwal, you're very welcome. John Snow, the items manufactured in factories should be durable because that will save money of consumers in the long run. Yep, so that's a good topic sentence. If the products will last longer, then buyers can spend that amount of money raising their standard of life. No. I don't need to know why it's good to save money. I don't need an explanation about why people want to save money or what they can do with their money or like that. That's not what the essay is about. The essay is about how durable products save people money. So I don't need to know why we want to save money or what to do with the money or that's not relevant. So stay focused on how people will save money by purchasing durable products, not why they want to save it or what they can do with the money. So those you're gone off topic when you start discussing things like this. Therefore, due to this reason, this essay agrees with the view that manufacturers should focus on quality. No, and then like our opinion will come later. Right now, we need to just focus on how money is being saved. So again, that's not appropriate. For instance, Levi's make jeans that last for many years, and that is why buyers of this brand do not need to buy new jeans for a long time, and they spend the money on other necessities. I'm going to take this and I'm going to adapt it. So we're nearly there with that. I'm going to take this so we can move on to the next paragraph. Okay, so Jon Snow, for instance, Levi jeans. Okay. So we'll add that here. For instance, Levi's makes jeans that last for many years, and that is why buyers of this brand do not need to buy new jeans as often as those who wear cheaper brands and in the long term spend less money. Levi's, let's say, makes expensive jeans. Let's put that in. Levi's makes expensive jeans that last for many years, and that is why buyers of this brand do not need to buy new jeans as often as those who wear cheaper brands and in the long term spend less money. Okay, good. And how long is that? $93, a bit long. But what you'll see is we're talking about saving money, which is the main idea, and we're talking about more durable products. So we're discussing our example is based on the context of the question, and it's focusing on our main idea. So that's why it's appropriate. Okay, so that finishes us with that first idea. Then we need to focus on the second one, whereas they should be cheaper so that the majority of people can afford them. Okay. Now, the same point, the same task, this one here. So we're still looking at how to develop this idea, but we're now looking at a new idea. So they should be cheaper so that more people can afford them. So again, how can we develop this idea? Okay, B. Winkle, those who favor the quality of the goods support their opinion because money is conserved for the years to come. It is because people will have no need to buy the products frequently. Good. Not long enough, but yeah, good. Tinder, for instance, customers increase the sale of Skechers shoes for its long-lasting feature despite the expensive prices. Okay, good. But again, are they saving money? So what are we're not really comparing like with like in this situation. So they buy them, they're expensive and they buy them because they last a long time. But are they saving money? And here I've said in the long term, spend less money. So that's an important part of the example. Products should be designed for longevity in order to save money over the long term. Durable products may have a higher upfront cost, but they will last much longer and will save money in the long run. But then why? So you haven't given me anything new. I realize that you're on YouTube and the comments can only be so long, so it looks like you haven't finished. But what you've shared with me so far doesn't develop the idea further yet. So you haven't really explained why or how it saves money in the long term. So we don't have that information yet. Rena, it is first necessary to acknowledge that spending money for durable items could be really costly at first. However, now in your first sentence, you want to have the main idea. So the main idea was that it saves money. So you said it's more costly at first, but you need more information. So perhaps you would continue, say, but ultimately it saves people money. So include the saving money part in the first sentence, because the idea is that it saves money. And if you don't put that in the first sentence, then the reader doesn't know what the paragraph is about. So that main idea should be in the first sentence. However, it is without a doubt that you could save more in the long run. Okay, so just keep that in the same sentence. That's fine. Because they are long-lasting. It could even last a lifetime. Purchasing good quality items could be a great experience, as they are definitely more convenient and comfortable compared to cheaper ones. No. So you haven't told me how it saves money. So you haven't done what you need to do. So it lasts a lifetime. Therefore, they don't need to be replaced as often as cheaper products, which over time will cost more than the original more expensive product. So that comparison about how it's saving time, your last sentence here about they're more convenient and comfortable, like that's not what makes them cheaper. So that's not appropriate. Kindly do a live session for letter writing as well. Yeah, absolutely. I do live streams every week, and we cover all parts of the IELTS test. Next week is academic task 1. I'm just gonna I lined them all up. I did line them all up. I scheduled them all in advance, but what happens is it just disappears on Facebook. They used to appear in a row at the top of my Facebook page, but now they just disappear. So if I schedule it 5 weeks ago, it's just nowhere to be seen. So I'm just going to schedule them week to week from now on, but I will definitely be covering letter writing. Yeah, and I've done quite a few letter writing ones in the past already. We need to substantiate the idea by providing a clear example. Clear examples are often a very easy way to continue developing your paragraph, for sure. If they buy normal cheap Android phones instead of iPhones, then they have to buy new phones after a short period of time, as these phones have a lot of issues after being used for a couple of months, or after using them for a couple of months. Yeah, good. Good. 11 a.m. in Italy. You're an hour ahead of me, Domenico. A night owl for sure. Okay, Rena. Cheaper items are preferred by some because people only need to use them for a short period of time or for a temporary use. Now, that is fine. That is fine, but it's not the idea we're looking at here. So we said they should be cheaper so that the majority of people can afford them. Now, if you had your own essay and you were writing this, that some products, people don't want to use them for a long period of time. So that's fine. That's fine to say that. But in relation to our essay right here, the one that we have on the screen, if you put this, that people can afford them in the introduction, and then when it came time to writing body paragraph 2, you wrote something completely different, that would be a problem for your coherence and cohesion. So just make sure that whatever idea you put in the introduction is the same idea that you develop in the body paragraph. Okay. For example, had my friend bought an iPhone in 2019, he would not have to buy smartphone. He would not have to have bought several smartphones, which cost him double the price of an iPhone. Okay. Yep. Good. Jatinder, an item should be inexpensive. Indeed, people who face monetary problems can also fulfill their wishes after purchasing goods and turn their life convenient and make their lives more convenient. Yep, good. On the other hand, some people believe that products should be cheaper as consumers will be able to afford them more easily. Okay, I'm going to take that. Jon Snow. Okay, and I see you have some other comments there as well. Some people might have lower salaries and they are not able to pay for high-priced goods. Okay, so that makes sense. And they are not able to pay for high-priced goods. So obviously we need more. Our paragraph should be about 70 words, and this is exactly 37. So, we need to write about double what we have here. But, we get the idea. You're definitely on track. This is focused, it's relevant, it's clear. So you're doing everything you need to do, but that would not be a full paragraph. Okay, so we're going to have to wrap it up here soon. I have another lesson I have a lesson with one of my students in 13 minutes. So let's just look at what comments we have left here, and then we'll finish up for today. Products with affordable prices can reach more people than their expensive counterparts. Very nice. It is a win-win situation for both customers and manufacturers. That's too vague. You have to say, why is it a win-win, or in what way is it a win-win? Shemaya, cheaper products, which the majority of people can purchase them, is an alternative choice. So again, you should have them, which the majority of people can purchase, and delete the word them from that sentence. Then a space after full stop. This allows most individuals to buy their goods with their limited amounts of money. Okay, good. Some people might have lower salaries as they will not be able to pay for high-priced goods. The other way around, you need so instead of and. Okay. For example, Chinese cars are much more popular in Egypt in comparison to German cars. So you need to tell me why. You need to tell me, why are they more popular? What is it about Chinese cars that makes them more popular? So that needs to be clear. You can't just assume that the reader knows about Chinese cars and German cars. You need to give them all the information. Okay, Jatinder, for example, since Apple introduced iPhone 12 mini with a lower price, I could purchase that for making my study convenient. Earlier, it was not a cup of tea for me. Not a cup of tea is an idiom, and you should avoid idioms in your answer, but the idea is good. If you could make the example about a group of people rather than just yourself, that would improve on it also. Long-lasting products are less affluent on the longer as they prevent us from spending excessively and repeatedly on low quality and inexpensive products. Yeah, the word affluent isn't appropriate, but your development makes sense. B. Winkle. Proponents of manufacturing not cost products, of manufacturing cheap products or cheaper products, say a large proportion of population would be able to afford them. The products, not it. Products is plural, so we need them. Only a tiny proportion of the population of the world is rich, and they can buy expensive things anytime. However, the same is not true for the rest of the population. They have lower salaries and have to make do with it, rendering them incapable of buying expensive things. Yeah, it's well written, but you're kind of repeating the same things. You're repeating the same points. Like if you look at your last sentence, they have lower salaries. Wait a minute, maybe I'm wrong. No, I'm wrong. That's all good. Yeah, good answer. Long-lasting products are less, okay, we looked at that already. For example, in our country, some middle-class people have desires for a television set, but they cannot afford it because of its price. Walton, a local company, is producing cheaper TV sets, which are affordable. Good. Sir, I should ask the IELTS test center whether they can let me do the exam after 11 a.m. Absolutely. I wouldn't disagree with that, Domenico. I think I'd be doing the same thing myself. Okay, guys. So that's all the comments. We've got to the end. Obviously, in our essay, we didn't finish it. So we wrote the introduction and the first paragraph. This paragraph isn't long enough. So we need to finish writing this. We don't have time today. After that, we would need another 70-word paragraph about our opinion. So that would be body paragraph 3. So we need to write that. And we also need to write the conclusion. And the conclusion would basically have all the information that we had up here. You know, what are the two views? What are the 3 main ideas? What's our opinion? So you would need all that information in there. So we've got a good way through it. We've definitely learned a lot from, you know, looking at your writing and pointing out your mistakes. And basically, it's the exact same for the students who join my course. The students who join my one-on-one courses, like, how do I help them improve? Well, I show them what they're doing wrong. They avoid repeating those mistakes, and their scores get higher. So that's essentially how you're improving your scores. That's essentially what we're doing here today. I'm showing you what you're doing wrong, so that you can stop making that mistake and you can improve your scores. So if I've pointed out mistakes that you made here today, make sure that you pay attention to what those mistakes were. Make sure that you address them, and that's how your scores will get higher. So that's pretty much it for today. I have live feedback lessons tomorrow. If you're not already signed up, you can use the link in the video description, and I'll see you then. And next week, I have a live stream on Tuesday, and that is based on academic task 1, I think. Let me check. Yeah, academic task 1. Okay, so that's it for now. Bye-bye, everybody. Best of luck to any of you who have tests coming up. And yeah, see you again soon.